University Local 6546. But I'm not here to talk to you about that today. Instead, I want to talk to you what the budget impasse means to me personally. So I'm not going to talk about how it could mean not having a job next fall. I'm not going to talk about having to back out of my lease, having to move to another state where I'm going to have to move it again a year later. I'm not even going to talk about how this turnaround agenda is really about turning on unions and turning on the people that unions protect.
Yeah.
No, instead, I want to talk about what it means to be a land-grant university. A university in service of the land. A university in service of the people of that land. You see, phrases like budget impasse and turnaround agenda hide a certain human element, a certain vulnerable and disenfranchised element. I'm talking about our students. I'm talking about our scholarship students. I'm talking about the MAP students, the first generation students, the work full time so you can eat students. No one ever gave me any support, but I'm going to do it anyway, students. I never had a word of encouragement to pursue my dreams, but I did it anyway, and I am succeeding, students.
Yeah.
Because people like Governor Rauner, I don't know if he really knows what it takes for a first-generation student to make it this far.
No, he doesn't. No.
What obstacles must be overcome? Obstacles like your legal guardian refusing to sign your FAFSA application because that college stuff is too much of a hassle. Obstacles like always being behind in school because every couple years you get evicted and have to move again. Obstacles like not knowing what major to apply for because you don't know a single person who's ever been to college. When other kids are polishing their resumes, first gens are working to buy groceries. When other kids are going to the mall, first gens are raising their siblings. When other families are switching to energy efficient windows, first gens go entire winters without heat. When other kids are absorbing stories about their parents' accounting firms over dinner, first gens are making the dinner and they're getting the hands-on experience for the only job anybody they know does. That's working without benefits and raising a family at the same time. Sure, first-gen students are like other kids. They also hear, follow your dreams, you can be anything. But how often does a first-gen actually get to see what that anything looks like? Not often. For some people, it isn't a choice between a well-traveled and a less-traveled path. It's a choice between staying right where you are in the middle of the fucking woods or going out into the woods alone without any guidance, where there is no path. But public funding means sending our young people out into the woods with a compass. It's hard, but at least they have something to work with. Public funding means getting a leg up from programs like MAP. Public funding means funding a kid's first and maybe only trip to a museum. Forget about prep materials and tutors. Public funding means being able to take the ACT at all because you couldn't afford it otherwise. Public funding means opportunity for kids who have few others. But I'm not really here to talk about what public funding gets us. I'm here to talk about what happens when public funding is taken away, like it's been taken away from thousands of Illinois students. To first-generation students, no funding means working 2 jobs and never realizing your full potential because you're too goddamn tired.
Yeah.
No funding means dropping out of high school to stay home to take care of your siblings because what's the point? It's not like we can afford to go to college anyways. And if we do get to college, no funding means a lifetime of debt. It means choosing between a college degree and raising a family because we cannot afford both. It means never buying a home. It means working until you die and your relatives taking out a loan to pay for the funeral. have it all. No funding means we're a bad investment. It's too much of a hassle. We're not really a member of that brotherhood. So be a good, humble, poor person. Work hard, be thankful, and smile. Basically, shut up, behave ourselves, and do as we're told. The budget impasse means equality is too expensive. Equality is too much of a hassle. But these are the students who have lived. These students have that intangible, unteachable life experience thing. Hardship is under their nails and strength is in their bones.
Yeah.
When I say in class this or this has real world consequences, they know what that means. It's called perspective and it cannot be bought.
That's right.
They lived, breathed, wept, and bled for a better day when the clouds of economic inequality let in a little light.
Right.
And if you haven't figured it out by now, I was one of those kids. I was that tires on your trailer in case of tornadoes kid. I was that hand-me-downs, holes in your shoes kid. I was that don't tell anybody you're sick kid because your mom can't afford to miss work and we sure as hell couldn't afford a doctor. But I was also that kid who learned about hard work and integrity and strength and grace under adversity. I was that kid who learned the hard way that I had something glowing inside of me. We can be that light. We can prove that a university means opportunity for college students and not for millionaire governors. We can put education first again. We can put equality first again. We can prove that worth is measured in more than just net worth. Otherwise, what's the goddamn point of a land-grant university anyway?
Yeah.